Hi there, it's Cheryl Truesdale, and I'm thrilled that you're here with me for this episode of Cheryl Shares TV, your station for inspiration. And today, I'm kind of wondering, is it just me, or do you also love feeling like you have everything under control? Kind of like, I got this, no problem. Well, if you can relate, then you probably also know how terrible it feels when you put all of your energy into controlling something, only to end up with outcomes you didn't bargain for. That's downright disappointing, isn't it? Well, to be totally honest here, I am really good at maintaining control, and my inner perfectionist, she specializes in strategizing outcomes. But what I am coming to see is that my controlling behaviors are actually getting in the way of opportunities to enjoy my life even more. My need and my demanding to be in control is what keeps me from even better outcomes than I could have imagined. Outcomes 10 times better than I even thought possible. And that's quite the shame, isn't it? So what's going on here? Well, what I'm discovering is it all comes down to a little something called control versus surrender. And that's exactly why we're going to be looking at the power of surrender and how you can use it in your life in a very pleasing, eye-opening, powerfully creative, liberating, and life-enhancing kind of way. So stay tuned as I share an easy strategy to enjoy your life more. Sound good? Let's be real. I can control, manipulate, and strategize all I want to, but many times things still don't go the way I planned them. And this has me questioning the real power of control. Maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. Maybe it's lying to me. Maybe it's giving me a false sense of security. Maybe control constricts the freedom, flexibility, and spontaneity that allows those miraculous outcomes to occur. You know, the ones that far exceed our expectations? You know, looking at control this way, it's just not that appealing. But now I have to convince my inner perfectionist of this. And you know what? Last I checked, she wasn't too thrilled about the idea of surrender. She thinks it's just cray-cray. But you know what? I think once she sees the truth, she's going to have a change of heart. Let's see. Hey, little Miss Perfectionist. I know you're afraid of surrender, but look at what I figured out. It is kind of silly to be afraid of surrendering the outcome when the need for controlling the outcome comes from, you guessed it, fear. The need for control comes from fear too. How wild is that? But seriously, it is kind of silly. Being afraid to surrender the outcome when the need to control the outcome is based in fear? Yeah, you know, I kind of missed this somewhere along the line, but I think all I need to do is a little reframing in my mind about how I perceive both control and surrender. So why don't we do a little reframing right now, shall we? So we just saw how misleading this idea of being in control really is, and how this illusion has the potential to limit the amount of enjoyment we experience in our lives. So, if control can hinder the potential for these miraculous outcomes, what is it that opens the door to these miraculous outcomes? Well, that, my friend, is called surrender, or more specifically, surrendering the outcomes. So what's all this hype about surrendering the outcomes? Well, when you surrender and let go of your need to control the outcome, it leaves room for freedom, flexibility, spontaneity, and possibility. Possibility for the type of outcomes that take your breath away. I'd say that's worthy of some hype, wouldn't you? Without freedom and flexibility, well, outcomes become rigid. And without spontaneity, they become monotonous and mundane and motionless. And I don't know about you, but there's nothing worse than feeling stagnant or stuck. It limits your true potential, and it cuts you off from the endless possibilities that life has to offer. Hey, I think my inner perfectionist is starting to come around. How about yours? Are you beginning to see how surrendering the outcome might be worth looking into? Okay, one quick note before we get to my easy strategy to enjoy your life more. I feel the need to expose a nasty myth that I believe keeps us from feeling good about surrender. And that's the myth that says surrendering is the same thing as giving up. So not true. Please don't confuse surrendering with giving up. There's a huge difference. When you give up, you stop, you quit, you just resign yourself to this ain't never gonna happen. But with surrender, what you do is it's yielding, it's conceding to the way things are, giving way to something else without forcing it to happen your way. When you surrender, you still have to take action steps every day toward your goal. However, you must also recognize that there is a greater power at work in your life, and surrender is the invitation that summons that power. Okay, back to my easy strategy to enjoy your life more. And this is the strategy that I use that helps me surrender the outcome. And like I said, it's really, really easy. From now on, whenever you feel that trying to control something starts to cause you anxiety or starts causing all that stressful thinking, just say this: I surrender. That's it. Just say those two words: I surrender. How easy is that? And here's why this works. For just one moment, you're pulled back into the present. And this gives you the power to choose to let it go and to put your energy into something more productive. And what's great about this practice is the more you use it, the more you get familiar with it, to where you're really not using it that much at all anymore, because pretty soon you're just automatically surrendering. So there you have it, an easy strategy to enjoy your life more. And now you know what to do anytime that need to control starts to come up, right? And I'd love to hear how this strategy goes for you. So you can leave me all the juicy details by leaving a comment under the video over at CherylTruesdale.com. So, do you feel inspired now? If so, would you like to inspire someone? Someone you know who could use a little love, hope, and inspiration to brighten their day? Got someone in mind? Then all you need to do to make a difference in their life right now is simply share this video with them. I am truly honored that you joined me for this episode of Cheryl Shares TV. And to make sure you get your regular dose of inspiration, just head on over to CherylTruesdale.com and sign up for email updates. That way you will never miss an episode. And remember, you are amazing. You do matter, and you most certainly do deserve to live a happy life that you love. I'll see you soon, my friend. Bye.